Hello, I'm Julie Cole reporting my week of weather observations from the location of Chena Ridge in Fairbanks. I'm reporting for the week of March 22nd to the 26th, 2016, and took my data between 8:30 and 9 a.m. each day. My observations will be compared to the National Weather Service location of PAFA at the Fairbanks International Airport. This is an image of my last day of observations on Saturday morning, March 26th, showing the temperatures, the current temperatures and maximum and minimums for the day. Again, as was the case all week, the winds were calm. However, there was about a 3/4% cloud coverage with altostratus clouds, but there was no precipitation. And the millibars had dropped to 998 pressure. The week showed a general rise in temperature. Temperature on the 22nd was 21 degrees and 20 degrees Fahrenheit on the left and right indicators respectively. Maximums for the previous 24 hours was 21.4 and 21.1 Fahrenheit, and the minimums were 19.9 and 20 degrees Fahrenheit at my site, while the National Weather Service showed a maximum and minimum of 37 and 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Taking into consideration that my site is at a higher elevation than that of PAFA, my minimums will not be as low. The 23rd current temperature was 17.4 and 17.3, with a maximum and minimum of 41.7 and 45.8 degrees Fahrenheit, and minimums of 15 and 14.5 degrees Fahrenheit. National Weather Service had a maximum and minimum of 41 and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. March 24th, I had 19.3 and 19.7 on both indicators with maximums of 37.9 and 41.9 degrees Fahrenheit, a slight drop from the previous day. Minimums were 15.9 and 14.4. Data for the National Weather Service was maximum of 36 degrees Fahrenheit and minimum of 7 degrees Fahrenheit. Current temperatures on the 25th were 27.9 and 27 degrees Fahrenheit. I had a maximum of 40.1 degrees Fahrenheit and 44.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and minimums of 20.1 and 19.7. While the National Weather Service reported maximum of 45 degrees Fahrenheit and a minimum of 7 degrees Fahrenheit. My final day of temperatures was on the 26th, where the current temperature was 32.5 and 32.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Maximum was 45.9 and 48.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and minimums of 28.9 and 28.2 degrees Fahrenheit. National Weather Service maximums were 46 Fahrenheit and minimum was 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Highs were about the same for my site compared to the National Weather Service site, but as mentioned earlier, because of my elevations, my minimums do not get as low. Skies were clear until the 25th, which had altostratus cloud cover. The 26th also had altostratus clouds covering about 3/4 of the sky. Winds were calm the entire week and there was no precipitation at the time of my observations. Barometric pressure made a downward trend during the week, progressing from 1,005 millibars to 1,004, 1,003 for 2 consecutive days, and finally down to 998 millibars, a significant drop on this final day. This is also what the National Weather Service trend shows, except that they have more variance due to more frequent data collection and also being at a lower elevation. This is exactly what would be expected with the clear skies earlier on in the week and the higher barometric pressures and the warmer temperatures as well. As the pressure decreased, this was in connection with the low moving into the area and the cloud cover that accompanied it. Looking at Tuesday's weather map, we can see that the interior of Fairbanks here is nice and clear. I'm located here in the interior in Fairbanks, about this area. The occluded low of 970 millibars is sitting low in the Gulf of Alaska but directed toward the interior. The high up in the Siberian area is sweeping these clouds down over the Aleutians, down this way, where this low of 994 millibars is gathering them into its system and moving in a northeasterly direction. Wednesday shows that low, now at 977 millibars, that moved up into southern Alaska, bringing with it mainly rain showers and fog. There are some snow showers out here and up further north in Alaska, on the outskirts of that low. This other low sittings still is below the Aleutians, but has increased its pressure to 999 millibars. Thursday is a much different picture, with much of the state now covered in cloud cover of various types. We can see that there still is some clear skies here in the panhandle of Alaska and in the interior. This low is hitting primarily in the southwest area of Alaska at 998 millibars and depositing rain below it with still some snow showers up above it. Here are the other lows in connection with that, but the pressure has increased to 1008, so that's significantly higher. But it is also associated with this cloudiness it's in connection with this low pressure system. We've also got a high situated out in the east, out in Canada here, with some snow around that high, but with some clear right in the center where that high is situated. Friday again shows significant change as those lows seem to be dissipating and clouds dispersing somewhat from the interior, but still causing snow and snow showers in connection with that low. The pressure of that low has increased to 1001 millibars. There are still two solid low pressure systems affecting the region. However, the main one over the interior has increased, and this one here in the Gulf at 997 millibars looks like it will also head up, pushing up into the interior. Saturday shows that there are now 3 low pressure systems moving across the state, but we can also see how these two have increased in pressure with the isobars further apart. Snow is occurring on the northward side of both of those systems. This one now at 996, another low pressure down in the Gulf, continues to push up into the south, carrying with it these high bright white clouds. So we can see clearly that that's a new system with a lot of clouds associated with it. There are 2 significant lows in the Aleutians area that are much more concentrated and also circulating quite a bit of cloud coverage with those pressure systems. This pattern of lows over the last couple of days is exactly what we saw here in Fairbanks as clouds started coming in on Thursday and continued as the low pressure remained. The barometric pressure at my site steadily dropped, indicating that the low pressure was moving in. Though there was no precipitation here throughout the duration of my observations, these main low systems brought snow and rain into other areas. Also, even though there were no winds at the early time of day of my observations, I did observe winds throughout the week as the temperatures rose and the low front moved into the Fairbanks area. Now looking at the GOES maps for Wednesday, that low pressure system here in the Gulf is clearly visible, showing the cloud formation moving along with it. We can see the cyclones taking shape here, and we can also see that there are still some clouds, there are some clear skies in the dark areas here in the interior and central in that low pressure right around the system. The infrared image shows even more clearly the difference between the cloudy areas and the clear, with the bright white clouds and associated with that low system, and the dark spots which are clear above and below it. And here in the water vapor image, we can see that there is moisture in the air over most of the state. The obvious center of that low is here in the Aleutians, and the corresponding clear skies that we could see in the visible image and in the infrared image are also visible in the water vapor image in these dark areas. So the temperatures are warm for this season, but the clear skies in the early part of the week allowed the returning sun to really make a difference during the days.